Chenrezik, you know. There's so many Chenrezik reincarnation in Tibet. Because so that is how Tibetan people believe that Chenrezik is our like principal deity, you know. So we call the our hage, like when you receive your own part, you know, like dividing. You take this one, you take the Tibetan, what called the gelwa. Like when people are dividing things.
Oh, inheritance.
Inherited, yeah. Tibetan people believe that Avalokiteshvara is an inherited deity of the nation. Yeah. So we said that one. So that deep connection with Avalokiteshvara, with the Tibetan. I think that is also nowadays whole world is a too much competition, yeah, too much jealousy, too much hatred. Actually, that is the afflictive emotion is increasing. So we need like a deity like a Chenrezik who calm down everyone, just give a little bit coolness, you know, relax, a little bit become a compassion. We're not liking right now. We're not liking material. We're not liking wisdom. Make sense? We're not liking any of those. That we're liking that compassion, kind heart. You know, we always be getting a stronger selfishness. Forget about the politicians. Forget about the you know, the common people. Even the religious community, it seems like some more become a selfishness, divide. You know, like when I grow up, my community, we don't have this distinguishing of the Tibetan Buddhism community. Like this is Giluba, this is Saja, this is Nyima. We don't have that kind of a conceptual. Really, you know, everybody's getting worse, that part also. And in the West, people are becoming so caught up this, you know, nonsense, what called sectarian. Without the knowing of any part of the lineage, they have this build that hatred and jealousy and attachment. Oh, this is my lineage. This is their lineage. I have to attach my lineage. I have to protect my lineage, my guru. So we actually doing the called the in the I mean the Sukhavati Pure Land. It said called the Chepamba. Chepamba mean
divide the Dharma.
no. Chepamba mean that you like a like giving up Dharma.
Oh.
Yeah, like you're separated from the Dharma.
Abandoned.
Yeah, abandoning the Dharma. Actually, when we build this sectarian, then it become really abandoning Dharma. Because we're no longer following to the Dharma. We're following to the conceptual of afflictive emotion of attachment and hatred, jealousy, that kind of. Make sense? So we must really careful on that. And at the same time, there's some people have, they call the non-sectarian. You know? Also, those are, there's two kind of non-sectarian. One, just go to wherever they are more, you know, successful, rich, go there. And another one, they say they have no clue. They said, I'm non-sectarian. Yeah. Yeah, they try to do everything. They think they have to do everything. In the Buddhism, beautiful part of the Buddhism, you see lots of different body. Every individual body are complete. If you know your lineage really well, you will build respect for the other lineage. People who become a discombination of this is good lineage, this is bad lineage, is somebody who know little bit about the Dharma, but not really know well with the Dharma. That kind of people make this kind of a discrimination. So that can tell if you really know about your lineage deeply, your meaning of your lineage, you become a more and more respect for the other lineage. So that is increasing this one. That's why I call that degeneration. Yeah. So this kind of an issue, this kind of environment, what we liking is a compassion. Actually, Make sense? So it's necessary to meditate compassion toward to the every sentient being, so that this practice like Chenrezik, you know. And in our program said, I will give the transmission on this sadhana. Then I realized I don't have transmission on this sadhana because Holiness originally wrote a few years ago. I don't know how long gone. Our Holiness wrote, so I never received transmission from him. You know, there are some people can give without receiving transmission, but I cannot give that one. Some people have that capacity to can give the transmission without having transmission. But I cannot do that one. So I don't have this transmission. I don't have a recollection of the receiving transmission. I cannot give the transmission. But this is source of a main text as an original from the text of the Sonze Gampo text. We have that transmission. So I can talk based on that. But I don't think so I can give the transmission. I hope one day we can receive transmission from Holiness. In the Dharma, we also said, this is a really important part of the Chö mean the Dharma, Lung mean the actually it's some kind of like transmission or some kind of like you have to need some way to handle. You have to connect to there. Make sense? And that transmission with the instruction. Yeah. With the instruction. That instruction is have the lineage. This have to come from the source of the, like since this is composed by the Holiness have to give the transmission to the, we have to receive from the Holiness. So then if somebody already received from Holiness, that person can pass that transmission to someone else. But mainly, so that way called the transmission with the lineage, and then lineage with a bless. Lineage with a bless mean that person already have some degree of experience through the practice. Yeah, and lineage with a bless. So that is a kind of like system of the Dharma have to go, so that way, I can pretend like I have transmission, I can read, but it's not going to benefit for you. Honestly, it's not become like you receive the transmission. And this is not healthy to do. But I can read the meaning of the text through. We can go through. So here, according to the text, I visualize myself Hariya Jiva is not, because Hariya Jiva is not that popular in the Tikunkaji tradition. But this sadhana, this text of the Avalokiteshvara is a King Songtsen Gampo hiding under the Hariya Jiva statue in Lhasa. And also, I think around that time, Hariya Jiva is one of the main Gidam deity, I think. So, so I think this reason the Holiness wrote this, you visualizing yourself as Hariya Jiva, and Hariya Jiva is you can see here on the picture of the, with a horse head. Mantra said Mahatma is defined by the Hariya Jiva mantra. Here is a blessing of the Torma offering. So this is called the Torma for the obstacles. So you can read this. I'm not going to read whole, but basically so this is a blessing by the Torma offering. No need to focus too much. This is like a beginning of the ritual we do, like a practice we do this one. And Then our main practice is to start from here, page 9. This is called the blessing, the offering. When you're arranging offering, first you have to do the short, brief blessings offering. So once you arrange offering, like whatever you're offering, must put the clean one. Like in the jewel ornament, you see, there's called the practice of the generosity. It's called the pure material and impure material. You have to know that one. What is the impure material? What is the pure material? Yeah. And another word also, there's one called in the Buddhism, there's called the wrong livelihood. Those are similar. This kind of material is related to this kind of material, whatever is they are not allowed to use for the offering too. Make sense? So that way, I still have this questionable. Lots of people using meat for the talk offering. Lots of people say, "Oh, it's a necessity, have to have." When I grew up with that culture, our community, every time when we have talk, at least try to put small piece of meat with a part of the talk. Talk with the samba, then I'll put all those like a cookie and different like fruit, dry fruit, those things, and add some dry meat. Always saying they need meat, but now I'm thinking, I think that's not really sufficient to offer for the part of the offering. And especially in the Nyingma tradition, everybody saying it's really neat. Yeah. But Butru Rinpoche really against with this. Butru Rinpoche said, if you use the meat, all the Buddha and Bodhisattva, they will not come to accept the offering of talk. Who comes? Evil spirit. Yeah, because for the Buddha and Bodhisattva, you offering meat is like a cook, and the meat is a serving to the parent. Like the more stronger feeling than that one, because Buddha and Bodhisattva, they see the sentient being are like their mother, their child. And the Buddha, they not come around that area. Only evil. Really succeed. Some successful come from there, but then it end up really bad. So that reason, it's have to be really careful. So I really don't know that is really healthy to put meat or not. I'm not against. So I think the reason is that people, why they put it in the salt, because in the salt there's 5 meat and 5 nectar. Yeah. India never said, there's a beef involved. Yes. There's one of the 5 meat is beef is. Why beef is? Because in India, nobody eat the beef. So those 5 are not really edible. Can say edible? Yeah. Yeah, not really edible. Normally, especially from Indian culture. So some things you couldn't eat, through your power of the blessing, transform them to the nectar, and you can enjoy. Then yes, no question about that. Some great yogi, they did Ganachakra offering by the using human flesh. You see lots of story there. So they know how to transform that meat to the truly nectar. Make sense? So those are different issues, so other than that, I think we have to be careful what kind of offering material we're arranging when we put an offering. Like something, for example, something you stole from someone. You're not allowed to put that one into the opening object because that is come from the negative. There's a different way to use steal, cheat. You can stall by the forcefully, you stall by the skillfully. There are so many ways you can steal. Make sense? So this reason when we say one thing is you have to have clean, ethically, can say morally clean and physically clean. The offering object must be arranged something like that. Then once you first, when you just arrange, they said you just do this called the mechulung. Actually, first you incense burn and incense kind of like with a fire or without fire, you just do this way, kind of a circle around the offering. Then second is a sprinkle with the water. Okay. Wind. So what is this one? Is a reason is a fire symbolizes the burning all the impure things by fire. After the burn, then water washing away all the no, first is a me lung chu ram yam kam, right? So in the sorry, first is a fire, then second is burned by the fire, then washed by the water. I mean the wind dust wind blow by the wind, then washed by the water. So ram as mean the fire, fire syllable. Yam mean the wind syllable, and kam mean the water syllable. So that was said on the ram yam 3 times. Ram yam kam, ram yam kam. By then second one is said om ahum, then blessed by the body, speech, mind of all the that's gone one. Make sense? So that is just you can do. But in Tibetan, normally what we do is those 2 mantras say together. Ram yam ka om ahum, ram yam ka om ahum, ram yam ka om ahum. We repeat 3 times. But supposed to be ram yam comes 3 times, om ahum 3 times. They just make use together. Last Tibetan Lama, when they ritual, you see the ram yam ka om ahum, most of the time they say together. I think should be said as a ram yam kam by fire, wind, water, just make the purified. Then om ahum bless. This is a everyday morning when you are arrange your blessings. That's good enough. Then they said if you do that blessings, and that spirit, and they not come to enjoy until all the Buddha and Bodhisattva you can offer to them. They're not allowed to come. They kind of protect by the making second hand by those spirit that offering before offering. Then actually when you're doing sadhana like this sadhana here, so they call the blessing of this from emptiness. Rise the syllables transform into the precious container, the internal letter of the each of the offering appearance. So whatever there's like 5 meat, 5 also they have their own syllable. So whatever offering object, they have their own syllable. So offering appear and then transform into the offering of the substance with the nectar of emptiness. Throughout the completion, they transform into the ultimate cloud of offering. So here, first is whatever you arrange is a nectar of become transformed to the nectar pure. Then second one is they transform into the ultimate cloud of offering, which has a power to produce the never-ending happiness. Nirvana. So this one is also that offering is a ultimate offering. So ultimate offering is there's a lot of different ways you can describe the ultimate offering, but this is more related to the, you can say that offering with the supported by the emptiness and compassion, then merit can bring you to the nirvana. Once you reach to the nirvana, whatever you are reached to the happiness is called the everlasting happiness, because you never lose that happiness.
Everlasting.
Everlasting, yeah. Never, so that way they use the never ending.
Yep.
Same. Then this is different. Said argam, but bazar argam. So it's a start with bazar, and argam ahum. So when you see this one, any mantra, this especially this offering, you see the and end with ahum, always be blessing. Okay, so you do mudra is bazar ahum, but you don't do this one. Blessing, you don't do this one because not offering. This is a sign about saying take, sign language. Please take. So this is a basically offering. So according to the he said, for the blessing mudra, don't do snap, because this is an offering sign. So blessing is a blessing. So it's a different, it's a omeza in argam, mudra itself is the same, but only different is offering and blessing. It's a blessing, you don't do the snap. Offering, you do the snap. That is different. Yeah. So then the mudra, I think pretty much everybody knows. And that goes as a, this as a conscious argam, and this as a, you know, the what called this like a in the sea creature to come like this.
Oyster.
Oyster, yeah, there's that one. So argam, padium, okay. Then pushpam as a like flower. The tubam would do like this. Alogams, mostly those. Lots of like what here's lots of people do like that. So lots of in the Duba they do this one. I think Kamagaji, I don't know, lots of do this way. But the Digun specifically would do the thumbs come middle of this like lame coming out. That's a little bit different. And that's the aloke. Then Gendi is just slightly move. Gendi move, slice move. Like you put in the perfume, not that much, just slice. Like you put in the perfume on the chest. The nudity is a food. And Shabda, last time we do this one, but Holiness said, this we have an influencing from the Pembo, because Pembo they use lots of drum. He said influencing of the Pembo, last time we do this one. Shabda should do this one, he said. Yeah. Yeah, lots of people do shabda this way. Some people do shabda this way. Some people do shabda, you know, this way. So the Digun, lots of time we do this one. But Holiness said one time, this is a reason in the Tibet earlier was a bamboo. You know, bamboo's influence is still really strong. The drum. So that way we always use in that one. He said.
No description in particular does it this way. He always cuts.
I don't know.
Yeah. He does offerings.
I think some Nima they do something like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is what is, I don't know what that mean, but this is mean the drum. This mean the guitar. Yeah. This mean the flute. You know. So each one use different way. But as long as it's represented the music, it's okay. I think. Do not put too much complex. Yeah. Then here said accumulation, collection of the merit, accumulate the collection of the merit. So in order to liberate all sentient being abiding in the samsara from the ocean of the suffering, I will meditate the mandala of the great compassion one. So you know, without the accumulation of a merit, you cannot liberate sentient beings. You know, you need accumulation merit to accomplishing. So that way saying, in my heart is a palm which transform into the lotus, and which transform into the moon cushion on this vivid tree, radiating. And the light inviting the Lama, the assemble of the Buddha and Bodhisattva into the sky in the front of seed, lotus and moon cushion. Then he said, now this is the offering. So you invite in all the so here Lama and the deity, the great compassion, is not should be Lama deity, because when it comes to the Vajrayana, this is, I don't know, the Lama and the deity, they look like, sound like separate. When it comes to the Vajrayana, any deity you practice, you have to visualize that deity inseparable of the Guru. Makes sense? So you have to realize it as an inseparable of the Guru. So Lama and the deity. So Tibetan also there's Lama dan Gidam. So I don't know. We have to ask Holiness about this, because most of the time, every time when you receive this instruction, I mean, you see this kind of, lots of time, Lama and the deity inseparable. Embodiment of the Lama, deity are the embodiment of the Lama. Then here said, Lokishwara, Sawa Buddha, Bodhisattva, Sapariwara, Argampadisaswas, Loki, Ishwara. Lok means the samsara, Ishwara means the Lord. That's Chenrezik's name, Lok Ishwara. Loka Ishwara. Yeah. Sarva Buddha means all the Buddhas, and Bodhisattva, and the Bodhisattva, and the Sapariwara means the all family. Argampadisa has. Now Padisa you have to do with the snake. Okay. So so also offering mudra, they call the Lotus Circle. This Lotus Circle, when we do mudra, there's a two-way, inner circle and outer circle. So this is the outer circle. Okay. This is the inner circle. So they said, if you are visualizing offering object is in front of you, you have to do the outer circle this way. If you're visualizing yourself as a deity offering, then you have to do inner circle. So here we visualizing the field of accumulation object in front of us. Guru, inseparable Guru, Avalokiteshvara, surrounded by the Buddha and Bodhisattva. Feel whole sky is completely filled, like like cloud, completely filled by them. I saw some movie. Chinese have this animation movie or whatever, there's one Xuanzang, and one on the point, it coming, all those gods come on the sky, similar like that, completely filled with the Buddha and Bodhisattva sky. And the center figure is Avalokiteshvara, 1,000-armed Chenrezik, and it's surrounded by all the Buddha and Bodhisattva. Okay. And you offering to them, countless of them, not just only small one, simple one, just endless of offering, yeah.
The fingers like point towards.
Yeah.
Towards
So yeah. Outer is for out. Yeah. Yeah. So there's one. I think Yangji Kongpa just said you have to do that mudra. It's two different. Outer circle, inner circles. So outer circle is like this. But lots of people have really confused. So just do whatever comes.
Do your best.
Yeah, do your best. So whatever comes to but system is. I'm trying to share the information, because mudra have a meaning. Every single mudra have a meaning, and they said la nga chaja tinginzi. Have to go through deity, mantra, mudra, samadhi. They are connected all together. So samadhi means what we meditate, what we visualize. So that way, Yes, Omologeshwara, Sarvabhuta, Sapare, Ware, Argambadisa, Soha. And that's time you do this one, and there's some don't join. But lots of people doing this too, like this. I'm not sure that's healthy enough because this is giving mudra. So according to the Dawanji Kunga Penchu, he said, don't do for the offering. Snap down this one. So, but I cannot, each monastery have, each Lama have their tradition, their own system. So if everybody think they are right, everybody think they are correct, So it's really difficult. But I'm sharing to the information that what I learned. Make sense? Kajipoli, Ninda share you the Ninda Manu so longer is. Then same as Argabandi chapter for this so has. And here's inviting. All Lama exists in the three times, the deity of the Mandala of the great compassion one, with the Buddha in Bodhisattva or 10 direction, in order to eliminate the suffering of the sentient being in the samsara. Please come from your nature abide. Please be seated here on the cushion, lotus, moon, and sun. I respectfully posture with body, speech, and mind, accept this holy offering, real and imagined. So holy offering, real and imagined, mean the physically arranged and mentally visualized one. From periods of lifetime until now, whatever wrongfully I act, I did, I acknowledge and confess. In ordinary people, Sharvaka, Patija, Buddha, and the three times. For all the living being, please turn the will of the Dharma, of the direct or in oral teaching of the Victoria of the three times. What is different? Yes?
Can I ask what is different between Sharvaka and Pratyeka?
Sharvaka and Patija is Sharvaka is become Arhat within this life by receiving teaching from Buddha or Arhat. Pratija Buddha is they train in this life completely, but they not reach to the final nirvana. When they dying, they make prayer because they don't no longer need the training. So they said in the next life, I will be born. There is no Dharma, no teacher, because they don't need teaching anymore. So they most of the time they will born between this Buddha's teaching is expire and other Buddha is not come between those two. So they don't need a teacher. They yeah, they both are arhat.
In one life,
yeah.
Pratyeka Buddhas is almost like arhatship and death.
Not after the death. Yeah, next life. I mean, Sharvaka can be next life too, but from the teaching directly at that time, So it's like with the teacher achieve the arhat as a Sharvaka, without the teacher achieved as a Pratyeka Buddha, solitary realization also called. So between the two Buddhas, teaching, most of the time they comes. Yeah. So there's a story, but today we don't go there too much. So here we're talking about this what called. I tried to say something.
Yes, that's something different.
What is the difference between the living being and sentient being?
Possessing a mind.
Yeah. So is a tree is living or not? I think every phenomena are living. Every phenomena are living. Long as there's oxygen, they are living. Make sense? Yeah, long as oxygen, they are living. They are living organ. Tree is living, rock is living, mountain is living, earth is living, actually. But they are not sentient beings. Sentient being means they have the consciousness. Yeah, I think this is so they shouldn't use as a living being, should use a sentient being. I was asking lots of people about those two different, but this is I mean my this bird what called that chicken mind of the English. I think living being is not correct here.
So it should be of ordinary people. What page are you at?
Page
Kamala?
12.
Page 12, the bottom.
For all living beings.
For all living beings.
Yeah.
Okay.
All sentient beings. I think that all the organs are living.
So, a being, a sentient being would be something that perceives like.
I think trees have a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't have a consciousness.
They have that collective.
Yeah, they have collective feeling. I heard that if you talk nice things to tree, they give really nice flower. I heard some people say that word. You have to love them. Yeah, so you have to show your love. You try to say nice things, and they become really beautiful. I heard something. So yeah, definitely they have a feeling, but it doesn't mean they have a consciousness. Make sense? This is complicated. We need Buddha back. Please come back. Try to settle this problem.
Just no problem.
Yes, yeah. Direct oral teaching of the victory of the three times. Those who wish to be parinirvana or not will not benefit beings. Please accept my request that you to remain in the benefit of beings. And may I and other accumulate the root of virtue, achieve the unexalted perfect enlightenment. First said, a respectful posture with the body, speech, mind. So this is seven lamb offering is a lots of sudra, especially in the sudra tradition, they use as a feel of accumulation. They'll use the seven lamb offerings, prostration, offering, confess, rejoicing, requesting, beseeching, dedication. So this is generally accumulation, and specifically also they are antidote of the seven type of afflictive emotion, like a prostration is the antidote of the ego. You know, then when you do it, you lose your ego. Make sense? So your pride. Yeah. The Dharma practitioner, one of the worst our problem is the ego. That's really bad. And ego is also come when we little bit understand, but not really completely. If you go to the Dharma teacher who have truly understand really good Dharma, they become so humble, down to the earth. They act like ordinary. They never act like they are really something. People who doesn't know much and they are eager to be, want to be something, they act those, you know. So that way, the prostration is the antidote of the ego. Offering is the antidote of the stinginess. And confession is the antidote of the aversion, but sometimes different. But this is according to the his name is Rinpoche's commentary. Confess is the antidote of the aversion. Rejoice is the antidote of the jealousy. Requires is the antidote of the ignorance. And request to the remaining, long life, requesting is the antidote of the doubt, I think, no, and the wrong view, sorry. Then dedication is the antidote of the doubt. So this seven lamb offering also purified our seven different type of emotion, which is a source of samsara, which is the source of negative karma. So that is it. See, now accumulation work to how to purify the negative karma. Not just only purify the negative karma, what we created already, or purifying the negative karma's source. Make sense? Which is the negative emotion. Yeah, so these things don't take lightly practice. Lots of time we just read without the thinking and try to go to the most precise on the come to the later recitation mantra. Yeah. Why you run away?
Because you were blocked by that, and it was messing with my mind. It just distracted me trying to look through
I
that.
was trying to look at you through the circle.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was just
Circle
kind
of
of
love.
Yeah, it's kind of like I could kind of connect with you, but then
Distracted.
I was like, it's good by itself. I was too distracted. I wasn't getting enough of your great knowledge and wisdom.
So, according to all these teachings, if people apply all this sincerely, it almost seems like at some point the jewel ornament of liberation is very much focused on monastic discipline to reach enlightenment.
I'm not sure monastics. Jewel ornament is basically Mahayana teachings. Mahayana person who want to be follow to the Mahayana path and give you from the foundation to until the result complete in the jewel ornament. So it's not just only monastic.
Guru Yoga is Mahayana?
Guru Yoga is mostly Vajrayana. Yeah. Mostly come from the Vajrayana.
It just seems like here, when we look at the jewel ornament of liberation, we're just looking at impure giving, which talks about giving like poison. And
Yeah, of course.
I mean, if someone gives an offering of pineapple to me, that's poisonous.
Yeah, so you're not allowed to give to the things that is harmful.
But it just seems like there is always some sort of impurity in our actions until we are enlightened.
So that way I have to be careful. Everything is not become a good act. Okay, so then after that, there's called the four immeasurable: love, compassion, joy, economy. I have a great compassion for those who are suffering and sentient being at the sixth from the three world, and may be separated from the suffering. May they be happiness. May they rest in equanimity from attachment and aversions. So, compassion to the six realms sentient beings, the compassion, may they separate from the suffering, that is the love. May they be happiness, joy, and equanimity. So equanimity is this, Buddhism going to give some kind of example on this four immeasurable: love, compassion, joy, equanimity. He said love is like when mother how feel the child. Does make sense. Compassion, as I said, when you see that someone is caught really bad disease, someone sick or someone have bad accident, you can see the compassion. And joy is when really two dear friend or dear loved one, long time apart, when first meeting, have some kind of joy. He said those. Then there's equanimity. He said equanimity is between the sleep and awake, or between the wake to sleep. I think that kind of equanimity is basically talking about the ultimate nature. But here, equanimity should be, you have to have that kind of a love, feeling love, that what you can have to your child. You have to have that kind of love to equal to the every sentient being. For the ordinary equanimity and advanced equanimity, maybe should separate. What Buddhism is talking about, some advanced ones. I think a little bit. Other than that, so this is a four immeasurable. Then that is called the fuel of accumulation of accumulating, said visualizing the fuel of accumulation meant dissolve to me. Then second one is said accumulation of the wind here said Shuddha Sarvadama Subho Shuddham. Actually, this is a same as a completion stage without the sign. Completion stage without the sign, like end of the sadhana, you have a conclusion and everything dissolved into the nature state. That's same this one. So Subhava Shuddha, naturally pure. All phenomena are naturally pure. Sarvadama Subhava Shuddha. And Shuddhang, I think that nature. Yeah. Is that all the inner and outer phenomena things subsume into the subject and object are purified into the naturally purity. And the Janaba Subha Adama Koham. So that is a Shunyata means the emptiness. Jnana means the wisdom. Vajar means destructible. Subhava means the all. And Atma Kohang means the Atma Kohang means that all that what called Atma is basically talk about the nature of the mind. Make sense? Yeah. Atma. Unfabricated mind. Here. It's called the I think this one also Sanskrit sometimes they use as a prakrash, prakrish, I think something like that. It means the ordinary nature, ultimate. So I think that talking about the Atma. Okay, so these are the accumulation of the merit and accumulation of the wisdom. So after that accumulation, then you visualize as a deity. I mean, the not deity, I'm sorry. You are visualized, as earlier mentioned, you are visualizing Hari Jiva. You are feel of an object, you visualizing from emptiness arise a white tree, which completely transform noble Chenrezik with the 1,000 arm and the 1,000 eye, with the body of the 11 face and 3 peaceful face of the Dharmakaya, 3 similar face as a Sambhogakaya, 2 dark red semi-wrathful face, and 2 wrathful face of the Nirmanakaya, and the center as Amitabha. So here also Avalokiteshvara is a 11 face, I mean 10 face. Avalokiteshvara 10 face is divided into the 3 kaya. Yeah.
On the top of 6 is 11.
Yeah, Amitabha is included Amitabha, then become 11.
The 3 Nirmanakayas are.
First 3 are the Dharmakaya. Then in this particular sadhana, first have a 3, and second have a 2, third have a 2. It's not as the other one. Okay. 2 is stuck on the top. Litatara Deshimada Party.
1, 2, 3 is the peaceful Dharmakaya.
Yeah.
3 smiling faces, Sambhogakaya, that's 6.
No.
2 raw.
Okay, 3 peaceful face are the Dharmakaya.
Okay.
They said 3 smiling face.
3 smiling as Sambhogakaya.
The three peaceful faces, is that just 3 white faces?
Oh, yeah, yeah. And basically that symbol of that one. You know, the other two cannot count that way. So three-piece face is a when the white one is center one. So center one is one, the white one.
Okay.
Then second piece is a three similar face as a Sambhogakaya. And this then like three stack 2, 6. Then on the 6 there's a 2 stack. So yeah, I think this is correct. So this is like first 3 phase, okay, Dharmakaya, second 3 phase as a Sambhogakaya, and next 2 stack, 2 wrathful as a Nirmanakaya. So that way 10. Also, then hand also divided into the 3 kayas. The root, there's a 10 arm as the Dharma kayas. 10 men, 2 hand join at the heart. Next lower hold the mala and the lotus. Next lower the hold the wheel and a round annoying bass. Of the next lower 2, one is the mudra of the giving and others hold the jewel. The next lower 2 hold the Nirmanakaya statue and the bow and arrow. So this is 10, as called the 10 arm of the Dharmakaya. Then a branch of the 38 arm of the Sambhogakaya. So that's the difference. This one. So there's a Sambhogakaya have this 32 arm. So you say they hold the jewel, lasso, offering balls, sword, cross, vajra, water crystal, bow, arrow, trick. What is trick?
A little stick, a twig.
Ah, okay, okay. The tail fan. Yeah, I think a tail fan, old time, they don't have air condition. They use the tail as a fan. Lots of this maybe a lot of them come from in China's culture.
Maybe peacock tail? Sort of?
No, really yak tail.
Oh.
The animal tail they use. Maybe India too. I don't know. Tail fan and heel vase, X, mala, blue lotus, sun, moon, and white lotus, cloud, anointed vase, yellow lotus, or white conch, sword, staff, and mala, bell, vajra, Aaron hook, monk's step, Nirmana Kaya statue, Celestial palace, volume of the scripture, will and emanated form, grasp, and the red lotus, and 8 coral jewel.
Sure.
Yeah.
8 edges, maybe 8.
Yeah,
8 facets. Yeah.
they have an 8 point. Yeah. So this is it's called the why it's called that?
The lotus doesn't exist.
Really?
It's extinct.
Oh,
Only extinct 200 years ago. There's only water lotus now. Most of the pala flowers that they draw here, the lotuses that they draw here, are more like
no longer exists.
blue lotus does not exist.
Oh, wow.
Last one was died in the Smithsonian in the UK, United Kingdom. Their greenhouse 200 years ago, 300 years ago.
Wow.
And it was said it was so sacred to the Egyptians that just smelling it calmed me down.
Really?
So that's why they would show pictures of people smelling the blue lotus.
We do some Jurassic Park type stuff. Generate them.
Yeah, clone them.
Yeah.
So secondary branch are the 1,000 arm of the Nirvana Kaya, making the Mudra of the highest generosity in the palm, each and eye of the compassion at the look toward all sentient being, the sixth realm equally in the and impartially. Two legs standing
Right.
erect, quickly benefit of sentient beings. So that is how divided in the by the face and by the arms, you know, all the three kayas are present within the one deity. And also, like Keloma Pemolu is they explain as a 4 in Latin activities: pacifying, magnetize, increasing, wrathful. So I think this is only 2 deities have those that kind of like all the Latin activity present as a Aulokiteshvara and Tara. Yeah, Tara 21 Tara is a for in Latin activities. White is a pacifying, yellow is a increasing, red is a magnetizing, and green, not green, I'm sorry, blue as a wrathful. Yeah, so 21 Tara have only 4 colors. So those are the 4 in Latin activities. So other than that, other deity, they only like symbolizing as a one kind of activity. Yeah. So Chenrezik is one of those. Within the one deity, you can see you can receive the same time all in Latin activity and the 3 kaya at the present here form.
Is deity the right word? The right
I don't know.
Because deity means God.
Really?
Goddess.
Oh.
So if we're just talking about bodhisattvas or yidams in some of the kind of form, can be called just yidams instead of deities.
I don't know. I mean, there's Yidam is a Tibetan, Yeah.
Deity has a lifespan.
Tibetan Yidam is not really like a meaning, is just meaning translated, not literally translated. Yeah. Yi mean the mind, Tam mean the commitment. You make the commitment in your heart. So it literally translate, it's become like that. So
Mind commitment. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
yeah. So I don't know. I think that kind of things, lots of things, once translated in the secondary, and you have to figure out the Latin, like Buddhism Latin is the Sanskrit or Pali, and English, they have Latin, and from there to have to find the root. Otherwise, try to translate it from the literally, sometimes it's meaningless. Make sense? Yeah.
I think there's a better word than deity, because deity could come from like Christian or monotheistic religion.
I mean, even I don't think so. It's not that big deal by they come from. But if that is really like standing on the meaning of what we're saying, make sense?
You almost say we're close enough that you just have to know if you're speaking about it in a Buddha, it means one thing, and it's slightly different than what it means in an Abraham context. Would that be?
I think no matter what, I mean, the way you translate deity is always going to be either monotheistic or polytheistic. I think it's like what would be the equivalent to a god or demigod. So it's not a good translation. In English, it's based off Anglo-Saxon, German, not Latin, and so it's just not a really good translation. I think Yidam or enlightened being or enlightened commitment, like you were saying, I think what you said earlier, where she commented that it was beautifully said, that made a lot more sense. Because you would want to take refuge not in a god who has a lifespan and is just enjoying their merit being burned away. You'd want to take refuge in an enlightened Right, but then that's the reason why we have like so many religions think that Buddha was a god, and that Buddhists worship all these gods, which is wrong view. So it kind of contradicts the Noble Eightfold Path. It seems because he was very forward about it in his teachings. That
I'm just saying there is no better way.
we need the like swings and like debate. Sorry.
Okay. So that is a, representative of the, and most of these Sadhana armchairs always standing because it's always be there ready to, wherever need for the benefit of sentient beings. Body is adorned with a headband, earring, short necklet, shoulder armlet, belt, medium length necklet, long necklet, precious jewel, and upper and lower garment of the various silk and dependent like a cloth. The body is, okay. So this one of the Tibetans said, basically, Sambhogakaya's ornament is a copy from Indian king's ornament. Reason is Sambhogakaya is called the enjoyment body. So people when think the enjoyment, it means that some kind of fancy jewelry, fancy lifestyle. Yeah. So they think that is so that way they put the king's life is the fancy lifestyle. So because in India, so when he said, if Buddha came to Tibet, give teaching in Tibet, then he said some part of the Sambhog opulence quality is definitely there to have a butter tea. Because in Tibet, butter tea is really important. Maybe momo too.
And for us, it would be an iPhone.
Yeah, now the Westerner, will be private jet,
A Rolls Royce.
Yes, yeah, those all qualities, they will mention. So it's a symbol of the enjoyment, because as like a deity appearance, all is a symbol. Main deity is the inner one. So that way, I mentioned it yesterday in the Vajrasattva. There's two Vajrasattva, outer Vajrasattva and inner Vajrasattva. Outer Vajrasattva is appearance of the Vajrasattva. Inner Vajrasattva is a seed syllable and mantra. And actually Vajrasattva is the seed syllable. That is the true Vajrasattva. Outer is just appearance, just kind of like a reflection. It's not real one. But because we cannot see the inner one, so that way deity have to manifest as a form of something. Make sense? So that form is so for us introduces Sambhogakaya mean enjoyment in Sambhogakaya of the enjoyment body mean something luxury. That way they put all these jewels. Like, yeah. And that's just, if you look the Indian old movie, old kind of historical movie, they were exactly same.
Yes.
Those kings, but they were all the bracelet, armlet, all this exactly same they have. Yeah. Yeah. So that way, this is just a symbolic of the enjoyment of that. Actually, really enjoyment is the inner realization of the suchness, emptiness. From that, they have a true joy. True joy is a come from there, but that cannot show to anyone. Make sense? So one time Milarepa was walking one town, from town to town, he was traveling, and he was truly yogi, so he doesn't care anyone what they think. So he was just laid down in the one, the people walking, he just lay down on the side of the street. So then the three women are walking, beautifully adorned with a dress. You know, they said, "Oh, so poor, wish to be nobody born like him." And Miller ever said, "When you see me, as like I'm one of the, you know, destitute one look like, but when Buddha see me, I am the one of the happiest men." Yeah. So, but for our eye, we never see that as a happiness. So we need something bling bling to representative of the happiness. So that way, Buddha is really skillful. Just show up bling bling, you know. Say this is the Sambukhaya. So
These 30 marks are like,
yeah. In the Vajrayana, called the, you know, there's called the Nyam Dewachimbo, it's the great bliss. Yeah. So so that bliss is the actually Sambhogakaya. That bliss is the feeling of that bliss. You know, it's the Samigitewa. They use here translation, use the endless, you know, happiness. Yeah. Actually, unfabricated or happiness. Saba member mean Saba Nyumoma member. So that is the truly enjoyment body, you know, but it's impossible to show the ordinary people that one. So then said, body is beautiful with all the 32 major mark and 80 minor mark on the lotus petal in the front of this. Okay, so that the Avalokiteshvaras this morning in the empowerment also said major and minor mark excellently adorned. This is important. Major and minor mark even the universal king have. Major and minor mark even the Buddhist 10 Bhumi Bodhisattva have those. But different Buddha is much deeper, more clear, more profound, more then 10 women Bodhisattva, universal monarch, they are not really clear. And they also sometimes it's not really on the spot. Some slightly, you know, here, there. But Buddha is always be on the right spot and really deep enough to see clearly. That is different. So so excellently adorned mean that one. So this major and mark. You know why we using the 8 lucky sign? I mentioned this a few days ago.
you know, auspicious.
Yeah, auspicious symbol. Why they are auspicious? I said this a few days ago.
Everyone likes to be under an umbrella. Everyone likes music. Lucky fish.
I'm the only one who will get in trouble for this.
I think ours get up now.
Huh?
I remember. That's good.
Maybe you were making lunch. You're excused.
I don't,
Okay, hold on.
is it because it's helpful for the starting of the dog? Or represents different aspects?
Where was that actually? One.
Getting there, Khenpo.
我just started teaching. Part of the offering. I talk. Yeah.
No inauspicious signs.
No. There's no. So this is a related major and minor mark. Buddha's body is on the major and minor mark is like look like a special sign. Like Buddha's eyes more look like those fish, you know, circle fish. That way is that one. And Buddha's throat is the neck is more like vase. And Buddha's Ujjinish is more like a Victoria banner, not Victoria banner, umbrella. Yeah. And Buddha's heart is At the Tibetan, there is one called the endless knot. But I think because of this reason, the Chinese, they have this swastika.
On the what's-
Yeah, this is on the Buddha's heart.
Oh.
That is endless knot. And what is called that? Yeah, yeah. In Tibetan called the Pebu. Pada, also pada or pebu. Yeah. So this is endless knot. That is a heart of the Buddha's heart symbolizing. And the Victoria banner is a basic Buddha's whole body is symbolizing. So basically, because of that sign of the because Buddha's body is like those, they have those it's a special sign. So that reason people using that it's a special sign as a bring to the auspiciousness. That way we hang a special sign, you know, because it's related to the Buddha's body. Okay, so that is related to the measure and manner mark. That is the Chenrezik. Now, in front of this, now it's the front of the Chenrezik. She transformed the Hamu Yigituma. It also mean that goddess, 6 syllable, the 6 syllable mantra goddess with a body, color, head, syllable, and ornament as identical of the name main deity. Here you can see this is a same. This is basic mandala is the same. This is a 4-arm Chenrezik. That way it's a little bit different. So 4-arm Chenrezik of the 4-arm Chenrezik, small 4-arm Chenrezik. That is the goddess 6 syllable of the consort of the Avalokiteshvara.
Thing looks the same.
Looks same, identical form. Those two.
So if you're sitting here.
This is the front of your mandala is the
Avalokiteshvara
front.
is here.
Yeah.
So it's between me and
Yeah.
Avalokiteshvara
Yeah.
is the mudra.
Not Mudra.
I mean, the
Consort. Yeah.
And Lama Yuge Dugma is the
Yeah.
same.
Same identical. If you visualize in the 1,000-arm Chenrezik, you have to visualize her as also 1,000-arm Chenrezik.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But this one is a Chenrezik is also 4-arm Chenrezik. Make sense? And the body, color, head, syllable, and identical to this. Then on the paddle on the right, San Nubudziba. That's a jewel holder with a white body, collar, one face, and hold jewel in the right hand and the pearl mala in the left. On the left is a daughter of the Ringadzimba, the holder of the mantra, which white body, collar, one face, and 2 hands, holding the crystal mala in right hand and the app lotus in the left. What is the app lotus?
I think it might be a typo.
Yes.
And a lotus.
A lotus. Okay.
So, Khenpo, these two are in the same line as the Lamo Ye Drogma, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so Chenrezik.
Normally,
these three,
when you visualizing, normally mandala, so you have to visualize it as a central figure. And all the surrounding is facing to the center. Yeah, facing to the center, all facing to, including ourselves, facing to the center. So like in the picture, you see as a like a Yumi Yigituma is kind of showing back to the Avalokiteshvara, because in the image, you cannot draw facing back. So basically when you visualize it, center is a more higher figure, you know, taller, center is a more taller, and the surrounding is a little bit lower. And they all facing to the central figure. Same as a refugee tree also. You know, principle as a Vajradhara is the center, and lineage guru is a surrounding as a facing to the principal deity. So you Yigituma also facing to the Avalokiteshvara. This is all, I think pretty much every mandala is have a similar. Make sense? And those three were the still various jewel legs and the Sadhana posture and Buddha posture and the manner of the paying homage. On the rear paddle in the Buddha Amitabha with the red body, collar with a red 2 hand, on the meditation position. Sitting on the Vajra posture, ornamented with the major and minor mark of the Buddha with the aspect of the Nirvana Kaya. So the 5 Buddha family is mentioned here. So they are Nirvana Kaya, mostly is Amitabha is Nirvana Kaya, actually. Amitabha Nirvana Kaya. Reason is Amitabha, one day he will be reached the Parinirvana, Mahaparinirvana. It means one day die. So pure land of the Amitabha, so go the Amitabha is the Nirvana Kaya. But sometimes they manifest as a Sambhoga Kaya form. Yeah, Amitayu. Yeah. Now, no, all Buddha family, sometimes you see the 5 with the Nirvana Kaya form, sometimes see the Sambhoga Kaya form.
Yeah.
All. But here is they said Nirvana Kaya.
Except for Sattva is only. You were saying yesterday that Fresh Sattva does not have a Nirvana Kaya form.
I haven't seen. I'm saying, yeah, I haven't seen. Okay, so that is the so that is the like full four direction. Okay, now it's Chi Domas. There's a 12 outer petal of the lotus on the petal starting on the front, clanging on the right arm. Said the first is Vairocana, or the second is a mother of the Buddha, Lojana, both white in color, holding the veil and right hand. Third, Akshobhya, fourth is a mother of the Mamaki, both blue in color, holding Vajra right hand. And fifth, Rana Sambhava, sixth is the mother of the Samanta Badri, body yellow in color, holding the right hand. Seventh, Amitabha, red and the Pantara. Both are red in color, holding the lotus in right hand. 9th and Amoghasiddhi, the 10th as a mother of Tara, both green in color, holding the cross Vajra in the right hand. 11 is Avalokiteshvara, mother Mahakarunika, and 12 is the mother of the Panchana Paramita, both white in color, holding the lotus and right hand. So this is a particularly, it's not really seen here. Yeah, there's, I think they're there. Okay, so male has a left hand supported on the cushion like this, and female has a left hand mudra of the great generosity giving. Right hand hold the hand syllable of the heart like this, and they are all adorned with the silk and a various jewel leg and sadhva posture. So here, 2 kind of Amitabhas. Okay, first Amitabhas in Nirvana Kaya form, just central petal behind the Avalokiteshvara, because he is the lord of the family. But then outside petal, all of them are Sambhoga Kaya form, including to the Amitabha. We go to here. So in the page 20 said, on the rare path of the Buddha Amitabha with the red body, collar, or the 2 hands in the meditation position, sitting on the Vajra posture, ornament with the major and minor mark of the Buddha, the aspect of the Nirvana Kayas, that is done. Then said there is a 12 outer petal of the lotus. In the 12 petal, at the end of the 22 said, the male have a left hand supported the cushion, female has a left hand mudra of the great generosity, right hand of the whole, the hand syllable and the heart. They are all ornamental and a various jewel. The leg are in the sadhva posture. So that way various jewel means the Sambhogaya form. Yeah. That way there's a kind of Buddha Amitabha. You see 2 Buddha Amitabha?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a Nirmanakaya and a Sambhogakaya form for the visualization, right? But they look exactly alike.
on the types?
So the Sambhogakaya has 112 attributes, and it's the wisdom body. Nirmanakaya is the emanation body for world, for ordinary people to perceive.
No, there's a
Like
there's
right
a two
here,
different there's a two different type of Nirmanakaya. Three called the Supreme Nirmanakaya, and the Nirmanakaya of the emanation, and Nirmanakaya of the artist. So Supreme Nirmanakaya is like Shakyamuni, Buddha Amitabha. They are Supreme Nirmanakaya, have to have a major and minor mark all. The Nirmanakaya emanation is like a different kind of emanation, like they can be manifest as a animal, they can be manifest as a different form, whatever there is a necessity. So that is called the Nirmanakaya of the emanation. And the Nirmanakaya of the artist is like specifically sometimes there's a certain like a beings are need to turn tamed by the art. So that way then they manifest as artists. I think that's maybe true, because these days some artists are really benefit through the song, really help. When you get a really unpleasant feeling, sometimes just listen some song, it makes you feel better. Really, I think there's a way to get benefit even from song. So that way I think that those, maybe we can say they are an emanation of the Nirmanakaya of the artist of the Buddha manifest that way. In the country yard of the 102 Buddha time, and from the Bodhisattva is a form of Bodhisattva. In the 18th door of the Buddha, eastern door of the Buddha is a god of the extensive generosity, is Indra. White holding the getter beyond, and both hands are the Buddha of the demigod. Beyond both hands. The Buddha of the demigod, Thansari, splendid blue holding the armor, and the southern door is a Buddha of the human Shakyamuni, yellow holding the offering bowl, and the western door is the Buddha of the animal Shakya Senke, black holding the volume of the scripture, and the Buddha of the hungry ghost is a Namge sky treasure, red holding the treasure box. In the northern door is a Buddha of the hell beings, Chegyal Dharma King, black holding the fire and the water. These six have a form of a Nirmanakaya with the major and minor mark, and wearing the three Dharma robe, standing exact. So there's this. Sometimes they also this six Buddha is called the Buddha of the emanation Buddha. Nirmanakaya of the emanation. So there's each Buddha manifests as their form of related to those. So like a god, they have to manifest through the music and things. So Buddha is holding the music instrument, guitar. Yeah. And the demigod, they have a problem with the fighting. They always constantly fighting. So Buddha is holding the armor, the sword. Then like human Buddha is a Shakyamuni Buddha, like begging bowl, with a begging bowl, showing it's a symbol of how to detach, how to renounce. The animal Buddha is holding the scripture, because the animal have a problem with the ignorance. The hungry ghost Buddha is holding the treasure box that can give the food much, And the hell Buddha is holding the fire and water, because the heat, hot hell need the water, cold hell need the fire. That way benefit essentially being Buddha. So those are called the Buddha of the six realms. In the Pamatruppa's commentary on the what called the stage of the path, he said those are Nirmanakaya Buddha of the emanation. What time's now? Okay.
3:30.
So this one is, I think, I transform into the hero Harya Jiva. This, I think maybe two no need. Đấy đúng không? Two men bảo等于讲把我等的那个你做的阶级 service. So here should be some need. I also transform into, you know, from I Harya Jiva transform into the like same as Aditya as a main deity, something like that. I think maybe there's a Tibetan is a problem, because why is I'm saying is because from the beginning of the text said you are transformed to the Harya Jiva. You know, already you are transformed to the Harya Jiva. You don't need to mention here second time that you transform. I transform to the Harya Jiva.
So I, Hare
Yeah,
transform into the main deity.
yeah, I think so.
And there's two Hayagriva. There's the one that's Lord Vishnu, and then the Hayagriva that's the wrathful active form of Buddha Amitabha.
Where is the Vishnu? Is it Harya Jiva?
Hayagriva.
Or Hindu day, I said, yeah.
It's the horse-headed avatar of Lord Vishnu.
Oh,
But in Buddhism, Hayagriva is the wrathful form of the Buddha of compassion, Amitabha.
I only know one Harya Jiva. So.
Oh, I don't know any of this stuff. It's
So that way I think Harya Jiva mean the always in that one. Oh, okay. So this one is a, I think I have to think. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm really confused on this. I transform to the Harya Jiva. The earlier said I am the transform to the Harya Jiva. Now again I have transformed. So, or you have I have transformed to the Harya Jiva.
I think you're spot on. I Hare transform into the main deity.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So this whole time we've been Hayagriva and Chenrezik.
Yeah, yeah. So look the page. This yeah.
Right, it's Hayagriva.
Yeah,
Yeah, said here on the page 3.
yeah.
I visualizing myself as a Yidam Harya Jiva. It's called the Taji. Can we take short break?
Yes.
Om Baza Sado Samaya Mano Balaya Baza Sado Tenaba Tisha Deto Member Sudo Kayo Member Subo Kayo Member Anorado Member Sawa Sede Member Sawa Gama Sutame Sam Shriya Guru ha 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 ho bhagavan savata gada bezrama beze bhavama samaya satu as. Harya Jiva go to bed. Ellen's here? Yes. She's still awake? Wow.
Wait, is that Draco a teaching center? Is that Ellen?
Yeah.
no, not John.
God bless.
Some people said they want the recording on YouTube, but they're going to see.
They have-
It might fall asleep
they have
within-
all-
within the background.
Yeah. to member. Suda Jaya member was Subukaya member was Anurado member was Sawa Sede member Yata Sawa Kama Sudame Sedam Shiraya Guru Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Bezembawa Ma Samaya Sadhu As. I think most of practice you can see similarly. After you visualizing yourself as a particular deity, it's called the Samaya beings. Then you have to invite the wisdom beings. Wisdom beings. So this is, I think, wisdom beings. The main deity generated from has the heart of the white lotus with the moon circle in the center, which is a white tree, radiating light, inviting the deity of the great compassion one, identical to the meditation deity from their nature above into the sky in the front. So first is the wisdom being invite. So this is the invitation tree from the highest above the nature spontaneously realization unmoving form of the realm of the unborn Dharmakaya. The form body manifests in the body benefit beings. Please come here through the power of the compassion. So this one is all the Buddha are the Dharmakaya. Why Buddha manifests to the same to the form body? But manifesting form body is because of the compassion. When compassion produced, the compassion was produced when Buddha was in the path. They make the commitment, you know. So in the jewel ornament, if you look at the jewel ornament, this is really important. Three reasons Buddha come to on this earth. First reason is a Buddha's aspiration prayer. Okay, that the Buddha make the aspiration prayer to benefit sentient beings. Second reason is in jewel ornament and the Controversy text a little bit different. Jewel ornament said second is his compassion heart. And Gamboba said his vast true accumulation. That's the second reason. Third one is sentient beings good merit. When those three come together, Buddha manifests. Buddha manifests. So that way, Buddha is the Dharmakaya. From the Dharmakaya to without the conceptual of I want to manifest, naturally manifest is the reason is a compassion. That compassion is not talking about he have that conceptual compassion when Buddha is in the Dharmakaya state. This compassion is generated during when he was in the path. So that way, right now, we don't have a power to benefit sentient beings. Yeah, we're not capable liberate sentient being from the suffering. Just should have aspiration, should have a compassion. That then one day you will become that. When you gain that power, then the power will, automatically, spontaneously manifest as a benefit to sentient beings. Make sense? So that reason Dharmakaya is a manifest from the compassion. Dharmakaya himself, they don't have beyond the concept of compassion or not, because compassion is a conceptual thought. So it's not talking about the compassion, Dharmakaya have a compassion toward us. Make sense? Dharmakaya is beyond the concept. So we cannot say Dharmakaya have a compassion or not compassion. Make sense? I think I use it too much, make sense. I try to.
Hold up, before you go too fast, holding incense, vajra, and bell. Which hand is holding the incense? We got the left hand with the bell, the right hand with the
normally we right hand hold the vajra and bell, and normally this is
like that. Okay.
yeah, so vajra and incense hold like this. Always a vajra hold the right hand, bell the left. That's always it. So yeah, then the Dhamma, then you just put down this one, then use this one. Under. Yeah.
It's the blessings.
From this inviting the deity, so there's called the Om Mani Hums as a mantra of the Avalokiteshvara. Here, Samaya Zas. By this invite, said prayer to remain. This is not a prayer to remain. So requires of the seating. This I think mistake.
Request of
The
the city.
seating request. Now after the invite, you have to put somewhere. You know, you just say invite and then sit on the front of the door. You have to arrange a seating area. So just say sit here. That's a good host do that one.
Isn't Avalokiteshvara this particular one standing?
Yeah, but this is also called the seating. No, sitting, I mean, just giving their own spot, their own space. Yes. You can be sitting, you can be standing. So, yes, a great compassion one with all the your retinue to benefit of beings without the exception. May your compassionate thought stay close to me. Grant the blessing of the remaining because of the power of your heart. Pledge. Om Mani Padme Hum. Samaya Tishtalen. Tishtalen. It means that all together.
Tishta? Okay, so.
Tishta.
it's like
Tikta.
tikta.
Tikta. I don't know. I think it's a Tishta.
Tishta.
Tikta. 3 in the Dharmakaya, there is no duality. Manifestation of the Sabukaya form benefit of beings. Downstairs manifesting everywhere compassionately in the Nirmanakaya form of benefit of beings, opposed to the deity with the wisdom of the 3 kayas. This is postulation. Asamana niryataya means. Yeah, Nirya.
Niriyami or
It's a missing a little syllable near Taya.
Yeah, Nirya.
So, okay. Niriya Tayami.
Atma. Atmanama. This is prostration, then offering to the mandala of the great compassion one, beyond the trauma, the afflicted emotion, the hunger and thirst, in order for us to gather in the accumulation, wisdom and merit. Please accept this offering that with the delight. So this is a great compassion beings that they don't have this, you know, hunger and thirst. They live with the meditation, food of the samadhi forever, so they don't need to eat. So that way, I think I said one day, the Buddha and Bodhisattva, they don't need our offering. You know, they are not looking that one, but they accept because of our accumulation merit. That is, they show that their compassion. And then a Sarva Puja Mega Homes is a grain offering. All the grain. Another one is said, except this various outer offering, some of them are wine, wine? It's not wine. Can maybe wine.
What's argon?
Not water for the face also. Water for the face and feet. So water for drinking, water for feet, flower, incense, lamp, perfume, food, and music.
So take out
Then offering the 5 attractive sense. A spacious goddess filled with the realm of the space present all the phenomena of the form, sound, smell, taste, touch, and offering to delight of the deity of the mandala. Please bless us to be accepting this delight. Ombazalase mean the
No. But it's cloth.
This, I don't know why this one is normal chapter. I mean the miru for the body offering the miru. But here's a lasi and shara. I really don't know this mantra because it's talking about the form, sound, smell, taste, touch. Form mantra normally rupa. Rupa means the miru because in the miru show the miru. Shabda as a music. Then the dubi as an incense for the nose, and Gandhi as a nudity as a food, and pensali as a cloth. So form, sound, smell, touch, those are. But this mantra said lasi and shwara. Lasi is I think laughing. So I really don't know why this mantra is like this. So I cannot. Huh?
It's the first edition.
Yeah. So I cannot make any. Yeah. Now say there is a non-duality of the wisdom body, yet appearance the duality of the wisdom and samaya beings. Please remain in the state of the non-duality, perfectly perform the enlightened activity of the benefit beings. So this one is a so like a wisdom being we just invite and did all the offering and posture and everything. Now through this one and Zahom Bamho, they bring inseparable. Zahuk, but chain and ho as a bell. So Za put a hook, like bring the wisdom being toward. Hung tie them together. Zahung Bam make them inseparable. And ho make them delightful. Zahung.
It doesn't say, it's not for darkness.
Oh. Okay. It is for empowerment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just empowerment. From the five body, abiding in the body of the five wisdom. And the five Victoria arising from the Omi realm of the Aganishta. May I be blessed by the empowering Lord of the family, by the five family, grant me the realization of the five wisdom. So there's a five Buddha family based on the five different kind of enlightened qualities, and also there's a five wisdom. So when we receive the empowerment, you gain the five type of wisdom.
The Lord of the family is on the top.
No, there's a five different families.
Oh.
So each Lord of the family is it. There's a what called the Barochana, Akshobhya, Ranasambhava, Amitabha, and Amakasiddhi. Om Hum Swaha Abhiketa As. Om Hum Swa Aha. So this is the I think five Buddha families syllable. Om Barochana, Hum Akshobhya, Swa Ranasambhava, Amitabha, Ha Amakasiddhi. The five Buddha families syllable. Thus accomplish the empowerment, then 5 family Buddha ornament and the head at the myself and the deity at the front of the indication of the having destroyed the empowerment. After they destroy the empowerment, and they adorned with a 5, so the deity and yourself both are adorned with a 5 Buddha, you know. So I think this is a symbol of like a reaching to the nirvana, reaching to the liberation. As I think maybe I mentioned this one day, the 5 Buddha family adorned as a sign of enlightened beings. You know, worldly beings cannot have those 5 Buddha family. So after the receiving empowerment, then the nectar is overflowed and transformed to adorn on our crown as a symbol of after the receive the 4 empowerment, we purified all the obscurations. Okay, when we receive the nectar from the deity, the nectar reached to the crown chakra, purified all the body obscuration. Nectar reached to the throat chakra, purified all the speech obscuration and nectar karma. Nectar reached to the heart, all the mind obscuration. And then when nectar reached to the navel, subtle obscurations. So that way, these 4 empowerment purify the 4 type of obscurations. Once the 4th type of obscuration completely eliminate, then what we become is enlightened. That way, then the nectar is overflowed, is transformed to the 5 Buddha family to adorn on our crown. So it's a symbol of achieve the enlightenment. Something like that. Then said, a blessing of the body, speech, mind. 3, in order to once with the body, speech, mind of all the Buddha of the times, bless my body, speech, mind as a seal by the blessing empowerment. So the Kaya Siddhi Om, Vaka Siddhi A, Chitta Siddhi Homs. So Kaya means the form Siddhi or accomplishments from the Om syllable, Om as a body syllable. And the waka, see the waka mean the walk mean the speech. You know, like a Majushri is called the Wak Ishwar. Yeah, Wakishwara. Tibetan called the Wakishwara, but it means the Wak Ishwar. Wak Ishwar mean the wak mean the speech. Waka Siddhi is a speech siddhi. Accomplishment. So through the R. And this R, oh yeah, that's correct. And Chitta Siddhi, Chitta means mind, la Buddhicitta, yeah, same. Siddhi, Chitta Siddhi or Chitta Siddhi, accomplishment of the mind. So whom
this is when we do this.
Huh? Yeah, normally they do Kaya Siddhi Om, Waka Siddhi A, Chitta Siddhi Om. They said, myself and the main deity along with the Mandala deity generate the form is the forehead of the white Om. In the throat is a red R. At the heart is a blue Hum, which become the nature of the Vajra body, speech, and mind. First is why is called the white body, red, white Om, white, red R, blue Hum. That's a symbol. White is a reason, I think one way, our essence of the body is there's white Bindu. The white Bindu is located in the crown chakra. Yeah. So that way we do the Tumu meditation, the Bindu is, the neck fall down. So that is the essence of the body, the white Bindu. So that way point as a forehead, and here essence here. Then Wak is a speech. It's a speech produced from the throat. Yeah, here speech produced from here. So it's called the speech at the red R. Red, I think maybe symbol as a maybe honest or truth. Like Tibetan, we said when somebody said really honestly something, you know, like directly, it said "Kicha marboshes."
Oh, it's like a
Yeah,
red saying.
yeah, it's just like red. It's a kind of like sign of a kind of like really truth, something truth or honest or some word. So that way, wak is a red R, and that also pointed at the throat here. Then hung is a blue. Why? Because the blue is the color of the space. The color of the space is the emptiness. You know, emptiness is that there's no other example than space. In the phenomenal ways, there's no other example for the emptiness. Yeah.
So when we die, does the white Om dissolve into the red Ah, and then the red Ah dissolve?
Now this is a little bit different. When we die,
Then it would be.
there's a two Bindu. There's a two. There's a different. At the death time, there's the white Bindu come from the father at the forehead, red one from the mother at the navel. They come together. They merge together, meet at the heart. When they clash, then you have a blackout. So that time this is a little bit different. This is mainly talking about the body, speech, mind. Yeah. So concepts. Yeah.
There's a Zoom question.
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah, go for it.
Is there a difference between the 4 Chenrezik empowerment versus 1,000 Chenrezik empowerment?
Different. It's 996,000.
But as you said this morning, there's 2 different 1,000 Chenrezik empowerment. Right?
Yeah. So different. It's that many arms.
Yeah.
Also, and also 10 heads.
But would someone need to get both of those empowerments?
If you can get that, is good. You received all the lineage, you know, tradition. But the Chenrezik is only one. Okay. This is like a artist. You know, someday you can see them. Someday you see this a farmer. Someday, you know, the movie actor.
Yeah.
One movie they act like a farmer. One movie they act like soldier. But just one actor. So all of this show have a mini action, you know, the roles. Yes, yeah. So it's one action, one actor.
Is Simanada Avalokiteshvara one of those characters, or is he a completely different Chenrezik?
What do you mean?
Simanada Avalokiteshvara?
Singnam, yeah. It's just all is different.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's those enlightened being. They have that skill of manifesting what they need per individual. You know what way to can help. Yeah, so they just manifest as according to the which way to helpful for them. You know, and there's a lot of also in background of the story. Okay, so that is so Ahung, body, speech, mind, and white, red, blue color related to this one. And this is called the Vajra speech, Vajra mind. So it means the ordinary, so we have a conceptual of the form, sound, smell, taste, this kind of like existence. Now, once through this empowerment, realizing appearance, but it's illusion body, not real. You know, that is called the union of the appearance and emptiness. Like this, the sound, like thunder. You cannot find where it's come from, you know, the sound is there. So that's called the emptiness, but yet sound. The mind is also, we have lots of thoughts. When we're analyzing those thoughts, you couldn't find any of those real. You have a happy, you can have a sad thought, you can have an angry thought, you can have a jealousy thought, you can have a thought, but when you analyze them, you will not find sense. So that is what is mean the Vajra. Until now, we think they are real, but now we're realizing they are illusion. They are not real existence, but just appearance. That make us a Vajar body, Vajar speech, you know. And supplication, pray. Great question one, deity of the wisdom deity, Yigi Duma, the six syllable wisdom source mantra, Nobudziba, the Jew holder, the prince of the practice, the supreme, method Ringadziba, the holder of the mantra, the princess who practice the wisdom. Deity not produce, but permanently differentiate from the myself. I praise and posture to the body of the four wisdom deity. Look upon all being with the eye of great compassion. So here said, deity not produce, but permanently undifferent from myself. No, this is just talking about the permanent, all is oneness, inseparable. So praise is really important. You know, praise bring the energy of a mantra. In Tibetan, I think energy, yeah, can say, become a more strength of a mantra, or energy of the mantra is increased by the praise. Yeah, like if you call to someone's, someone's name, it's not that powerful as you call someone with the adding with a deer or something. Much more more kind of like affection, yeah. If you say something, oh, you are wonderful, such as that, then especially if you need to do something, they always praise. Yeah, compliment. Calling somebody's name with a compliment is a much more affection than just calling name. Make sense? So deity is that way. Praise is sometimes in the like Chakra Tantra, they use as a root mantra. Praise, root mantra. Because it's a praise bring to the power of a mantra. Yeah, increase the power. I don't know, in the Tibetan we call the Ngaji Nubakyeba. By the praise, generate the power of the Tantra. So here, Darajana Damada wisdom, Akshobhya Vajar, Mirulaga wisdom, Rana Sambhava economic wisdom, Amagasi the discriminative wisdom, Amagasi Amidaba discriminative wisdom, Amagasi accomplished to the five bodies. So here five Buddha as a five wisdom compare. So this is Dhammadhatu wisdom is not really have a particular way to describe, because it's talking about the same as a Dharmakaya, beyond the concept of discrimination. And then second one is said Mirulag wisdom. Mirulag wisdom is a kind of like a this is also purification. What called this source of all other, but Mirulag is like a miru. Miru have no form, image, but every image can manifest through the mirror. So this wisdom is like that. There's a wisdom, they have its own article. There's no, this is the mirror like wisdom. But because of this is the source of all other wisdom, so that way this is called the mirror like wisdom. All other wisdoms come from. The other wisdom mean the like economic wisdom. So economic wisdom is like you can see every sentient being equally. And discriminated wisdom means about knowing of the all phenomena. Then accomplishing wisdom is a benefit to sentient beings. So this three is particularly related to the in Latin body manifests as a form to benefit the sentient beings. But when they are in the Dharmakaya, you don't have to describe it on this five wisdoms. It's a Dhammadhatu wisdom alone, so like a Dharmakaya. But because of the Buddha's manifestation, Buddha's body as a divided into the three kaya, and wisdom as a divided into the five. Kaya and wisdom. That is the result of the Buddhahood. Then mala blessings, purified with this. Rosi Ramane Parvataya hum. Shipamane Dishur hum. So 7 times. And Yedama Hide Baba Hide Nikeda the Hima the take the the Mashamana Soha. So then Omahu. I think in the Chakra Samba when we were retreat, we need to 2 mala. I remember. We need to 2 mala. The mala blessing they not use until we recite the Om Ahu complete. After the saying Om Ahu 100 times, then the mala is transformed to the deity. I remember something like that. I mean, I have done Chakra Sambhava a long time ago.
That's what you taught when you taught
Yeah.
Shaka Sambhara
Yeah, I
and
think so.
several other.
I think we more practice on chapter 7. But I do.
So I think need this mala blessing regularly 2 mala, county mala and blessing mala.
Oh.
Yeah. So county is Oma will have to count secondary mala. So I think I remember the late the one teacher said you put mala on your knee, then count the other one. No, I think there's a two mala have to be because and also you need 2 mala. Once you do it, actually then you're not allowed to show your mala to everyone.
Oh.
Have to keep secret. Then you have everyday mala, then actually serious practice mala. Yeah,
Secret mode.
yeah, secret mala. Look at this blessing. So when your mala blessing, you have to hold the mala top here. Is called the Dharmakaya stupa, whatever it's called in this. For hold here and put the circle way, clockwise. Put it in the top. Is put on the standing. Okay. So then you think as the mala as a transform to the Avalokiteshvara here. Then you do the recite this mantra and include the Om Ahu. When done that one, then the mala to Avalokiteshvara, then use with that. So this is become also mala as an inseparable. Then at my heart is a free circle with a 6-syllable mantra radiating light. At the heart of the deity generate the form as a moon disk with the tree circle with the 6 radiating light to all the direction, making offering delighting body, speech, mind of all the Sugata actions. All the blessings return and obscuration of the body, speech, and mind of all the being of the 3 realms and purify, and the light illuminate them, and they are establishing the state of the great compassion one. All are being a realm of the universe and become the deity of all of and the mind and from reside the 6 continuous roaring thunderclaps. So all you first you're visualizing from 6 syllable and mantra offering to the all the Buddha and Bodhisattva 10 direction, and then bring the blessings. So Avalokiteshvara, what you visualize, power Buddha and Bodhisattva's power together, liberating every sentient being in the blessings. Then every sentient being become an Avalokiteshvara. Then you Mandala deity, everyone, all like completely filled, the space is completely filled with Avalokiteshvara, everyone chanting Om Mani Padme Hum together. If you visualize in that way, sometimes you feel like you are middle of the thousands, beings they chanting together. You can feel like that one sound. It's like all chanting together. And the mantra is Om Mani Padme Hum. So when we read a mantra, so one thing is mala using, always use the left hand, they said. you have to use on the left hand because the hand is the receiving hand. Right hand is a giving hand. So since we are trying to accomplishing, you have to use the left hand and receive in. So this like thumb press here direct and push inside. So it's become a clockwise like this. And when you reach to the here, this called the Tenzin, and you are back. You don't cross over that because since once reach to this Dhammakaya, no longer further can go. So again from the bottom to go back to the reach the Dhammakaya. That's why you have to turn, rotate the mala, never go over, never cross on this one.
I did that so many times yesterday.
You did?
Good thing I was slow. I had to do too many times.
You crossed over?
Oh, yeah. I said, it was a good thing I was still learning. Only had to.
You say clockwise.
When you do this one, it's become a clockwise. Become a clockwise. Mala standing here, from here to push this way and clockwise.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, how do I switch it around? So
Just turn around like this. And the hand turn around like this. When you reach here, for example, you reach here,
Yeah.
then mala turn around. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like your reverse course.
Okay. Yeah.
You just get here.
Then recitation have a lot of difference, each one. This one didn't mention anything. Some have to recite really quietly. Some have to recite, a little bit with it. So, but one is always said, recite the mantra with the 6 folds. I mean, free from 6 folds. I need a cup of coffee.
Not too loud, not too soft.
Yeah. So not too loud, because if you're too loud, of course, these days you live in the community, so neighbor will be really upset. Or when they hear the mantra, they hum. So, but not too quiet, because if you too quiet, there's no sound. Have to have sound, mantra, somehow. Not too fast, because you will miss the syllable. Not too slow, because you never finish the number. Yeah. Sometimes Tibetan people chant, oh my really? That's just so fast. I think this is the way. Yeah. So not so fast, not too slow, and not so rough. Because if you chant so rough, it's not good for your health. It's health consuming. Because if you chant too soft and not bring the energy of the power of the mantra. So not too soft, not too rough. So this is called the 6 folds. I think can apply for meditation. Those 6 folds. And recite Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme Om Mani Padme. State you have to do when you become a more kind of sleepy then you use the melody. It helps to more come this agitation. Minds become then that time you should chant quietly. So this is a melody and a, quiet chanting is a based on what is the state of your mind. Chant with the six syllables, paramita, what called the purifying the sixth realm. Yes. Mama there's a color, as a white and manifest in the guard realm, and the free, the suffering of dying, and the Ma is a transform manifest in the demigod realm, and free them from the suffering of the fighting, and the Ni manifests in the human and free from the suffering of the birth, old age, sickness, and death, and Ni Pet manifests in the animals, and the free suffering animal from the stupidity. May manifest in the hungry ghost, suffer what called the liberated hungry ghost, essentially being from the hunger, and whom manifests in the hell realm and liberate them from the hell suffering of the cold and hot. So that is the main practice. Then here is called the blessing of the offering. This is a part of the conclusion. Same as a blessing as an offering we talked earlier, same. Then as a praise is the same, page 52, praise, yeah, basically same. Then there's one torma offering. So what kind of a torma and how to do this one is I want you to learn from the Lama Rinzin. He's much better than me about that. So he has almost watched the Saradama. Namasawata the Ba Mishimaga Sawatika Sabaran Emaganga come so ha on the Kundalana Namasawata summer Jana all in Namasama the Sabar and some home Namasama the Buddha Raisha. So this one is called the 6 mantra and 6 mudra. Each one have a reason. So this is by the blessings. First one is called the mantra of the emptiness. Second is called the mantra of the treasure. And the third one is I think mantra offering. So this is it. I forgot the name. Each one with the mudra. So I will leave on you to with the Lama Rinzin. So some other time. So the truth is because I'm not from the originally from the Digung, so I don't know that much with the Digung lineage, particular way of certain things that I want to do. Because also Digung, each monastery have their own tradition, and it gave me a headache, so I just give up.
Now I know it's giving me a headache.
So this Beza Mula Guru Parampara Sapari were Itambalinda Kai. So you offering to the Guru and all the retinus, and the brothers, Guru offering to the Guru. Then Aya Logishwara Sapari were offering to the deity. And Deva Dag in a supper were Itambalida Kai, the Dakini or the Dhamma protector, or on the Dhammapala. Rakshi Sapar with the Malikakai. So last two are the protectors. So this is called the 3 roots. Also Guru, deity, Dagini, and Dhamma protectors. So offering of the Torma. So we call the then if you have a time, I think we have to do the Gana Chakra offering, feast offering. talk. Normally, when you do the mini session of the day, at the end of the day, to do the Gana Chakra. Don't have to do. I don't think so. Have to do every session. I'm not sure. Normally, during the retreat, we do the only one session, one Gana Chakra offering. Preliminary Torma is offering for the first session, first time. Session, end of that, so we don't have to do this twice, maybe once. Okay, this is a Gana Chakra offering. Then it's a reminds. The conclusion is at page 51. If you don't want to do Gana Chakra offering and Torma offering, mantra page 39, you can jump to the page 51, because sometimes you don't have time to do the Torma offering, those things. You can jump to the page 39 to 51 to conclusion. Okay. Then conclusion on the Lokishwara Sapara or Argampadisa source, Shaptaba is offering to this. Then Turba as a your 1,000 arm as 1,000 the Chakravarti king, and your 1,000 eye at 1,000 Buddha of this fortunate eon, manifesting the whatever's need, train those or train, appraise and posture to the Zumba Chenrezik. Zumba, that Tibetan word is really well disciplined. Then compares for maker. What does maker mean? Meager. Something not like complete. You don't have it. Yeah. Majur in the Tibetan, majur means the like sometimes you need certain things, but you don't have them. Yeah.
That's
So yeah.
what me.
Okay. In complete offering or for the adding or omitting things. Contamination or stand by the impurity of the duality, being under the influencing of the grade of the laziness. All this I confess to you. Whatever we make mistake, confess with our Lokishwara. So this one is because of the Lotus family. So that way Lotus family not Bezar Sadhu. So it's a Lokishwara Samaya Manubalaya because it's a Lokishwara. Sometimes it's also Lotus family Pema Sadhu Samaya Manubalaya. They use also. But this one is a direct Lokishwara. It's the same 100 syllable. Then the conclusion here, the completion states. Vivid in the heart of the myself is a Chenrezik in the free, from which light radiate in the outer phenomena and the inner great compassion of one, melting them into the light which dissolve into me. So all the outer phenomena dissolve to you, outer the universe. Then by the stage of the I become the smaller and smaller into the sixth syllable Omane Bemehu at the heart, melt into the seed syllable free at the heart. This is the disappear in the origin of the purity of the phenomena, like the rainbow, or dissolve into the non-objectified state. So this one is a non-objectified state. It's not same as a nothing. There's a something, but it's a concept object. Auspicious verse. The body, speech, and mind of all the Buddha of the 3 times look with eye of the compassion upon all being of the 6 realms, and protect them with the mind, love, and compassion. May all have the auspicious fortune, noble Chenrezik. Said, showering the for accompany with the music. Dun, dun, dun. And dedication.
Like flower petals?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know, like the wedding thing? Dun, 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 dun.
Now this is like a Vajra bell Damaru was talking about the music. And dedication. By the virtue quickly may I become the Lord of Chenrezik, all being this exception, may they all attain the state. Okay. So now do this is dedication, then we're done. We're done reading. Yeah, dedication here.
Yeah, but first, just 1 second. Page 12, Mandala offering, and then long life.
We're gonna do that now.
Mandala offering for Khenpo. After a whole day of teaching.
Mhm.
So the white-
She
white
loves us,
arrow.
that Malov, bro. She loves us, that Malov.
Need an extra paragraph.
Repeat to
So the mandala offering, the ground is sprinkled with scented water, strewn with flowers. It is adorned with mirror, the supreme mountain, the four continents, the sun. and the moon.
As the Buddha feel, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the state of Buddhism. To possess the 3 kayas, offer outer inner secret.
With my body, wealth, and all that is visible. Please grant me the supreme realization in life. Whatever merit I've
Gathering through prostration, offering, compassion, rejoicing, beseeching,
for
the sake of one and all sentient beings, all desire dedicate. Om Guru Deva Da Jene Rana Mandala Parditsa Soha.
yeah, the long life is.
It's 28.
Not that, but he's still in the prayer.
So this realm circled by snow-covered mountains,
Mountain, you are the source of every benefit.
without exception.
Tenzin Yazo, all of the shore. May you remain satisfied and understood. Embodiment of the 3 precious jewels, Pamapane, who hold the teaching of the victorious ones, seeing all the goodness meaning with the wisdom eyes. May you go
Activities. Live long for hundreds of thousands. Noble Manjushri.
Learn the speech, who bears of all the teaching of the true Buddha, who raised the lamb of the sage's teaching. May
May
you.
you, like Dharma, live long for hundreds of thousands.
The one alone holy land of Aryadeva, emanate into Karkalan in the eastern Tibetan Chudimba, the hard son of Jiten Songwan. May the life of glorious Sankachan remain sacrificed. You are the richer endowed with the Dharma.
Absolute reality.
And the light of the Buddha Dharma. You can't run the daughter. No, here, this page 56. This page 56. Deleba, Naro, Marba, Melaraba, Gamboba, Pamotoba, Lortikomba, all the Kagyu Lama, please bless us. By the virtue may I overcome of obstacle by the seeing all, and the cross of the sea, the web of birth, old age, sickness, and death. Appeared the Lama has long life. Appeared the activity of flourish. As Majushiri, he will become a wise. Likewise, it is some of the Badra. So I will follow their example and they shine the way. By the great blessing of the Buddha who attained the 3 Buddha natures, by the blessing of the truth of the unchanged Dharma as such, by the great blessing of the union of the individual Sangha, and by the sharing this merit the virtuality in the 3 times by month all being the samsara, and by inner root of virtue, may I in all sentient beings attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious enlightenment. May the teaching of the great Dharma, who is the master of the independent, great Digomba, Ranashiri, continue increasing until the end of the samsara through hearing, studying, practicing, contemplation, and meditation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Khenpo.
Thank you.
Thank you, translator.
Muchísimas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Señor Zolte, muchas gracias. Señor Carol, señorita Ngok.
Let me check. 4:52.
Wow, good time.
Excellent.
There's a question on
Okay,
here.
okay.
It
shoot
says, so can we manifest the deity during 4-arm practice too? I guess if they've only.
Yes. So sometimes it's a forearm, sometimes an arm. So it's just like a change.
Mhm.
It's the way, whatever you're comfortable. Even the 1,000 arm, if you're not comfortable, just do the forearm, 82. This is just whatever comfortable, just do that.
Okay.
Tachidele.
Tahidele.
Tashidele.
Tahidele.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Thank you so much for putting the cuts together for us.